Okay, so if you didn't watch the last video, watch the intro video on building a hybrid real estate and media business. My name is Laura K. Cowan. I write fiction. I used to write fiction under Laura K. Cowan. Now I write it under the pen name Lorelei. It's fantasy and romantasy and paranormal type fiction, all set by Lake Michigan. So um, what I am doing today is shopping for home decor for my beach house that is all cryptid themed. And I am super excited and having fun because I was thinking when we started the vacation rental house in Muskegon, which is right across the street from an old furniture factory, I think it's called Shaw Walker Furniture Factory. Muskegon Lake is right near Lake Michigan, and it used to be the site of lumber mills and industrial furniture production and railroads and all kinds of stuff. And so there are these really cool working neighborhoods. Went through a real rough phase recently, but are now on the upswing because the cost of living is going up everywhere. And for people in Muskegon, I don't want them to get priced out, but it's actually a good thing. Um, in some ways for a lot of the neighbors because when we came in and bought a house, um, they were shocked to hear what it was worth because they had gone through this economic downturn with the rest of the state and basically gotten stuck where their houses were worth next to nothing for years. And then they doubled, tripled, quintupled a few years ago. So um, we basically got one of the last short-term rental licenses in the city of Muskegon before they put in new limit rules. And it's not right on the lake. It's right across from the factory, which has condos and a coffee. It's called the Coffee Factory. And the opposite side of the condos from where you can see it across the street from us on the ground floor, there's a coffee shop. It's also a bookstore and it's got a bit of vintage clothing. It's super cool. And I love it because my husband and I stayed in Michigan through the economic downturn because he had either a good tech job locally or a remote job. And uh, that basically meant that we did okay, but I had to kind of scrap for my own jobs as a media person as that kind of struggled locally. And I was trying to balance it with raising a kid. And it also meant that all of our friends moved away. So when everybody moved to Portland and Austin and San Francisco, which are now struggling because everybody moved there, we got kind of left behind. So I love Muskegon's kind of young, working class, down to earth atmosphere because it's both a beach town and an industrial city and sort of a West Michigan classic small town feel. Like all the libraries and bookstores are kind of old fashioned, all the churches are old fashioned. Um, and it is the most pet friendly, family friendly beaches on all of Lake Michigan, at least on the Michigan side that I'm aware of. So there's Cruise Dog Beach, Pure Marquette. I think you can take dogs there as long as they're on a leash, maybe not right near the pier. Anyway, there's a lot of cool stuff going on, including the marina and boat launch that just opened a block from Silversides house, our rental. Adelaide Point condos and boat marina are going in, and the Shaw Walker Furniture Factory is half redone into condos and is going to be fully remade into condos in the next year or two. I'm not sure if the project is on schedule. Rooftop pool, you name it. It's going to be super cool, and there's going to be a skate park between those two things, which is right across the street from us. And we're like a block from Muskegon Lake and maybe a 10-minute drive or a 20-minute bike ride down the trail. There's a shoreline trail by the boat launch to Lake Michigan. So super, super cool. And down the street is Hoffmaster State Park, which is one of the best state parks on Lake Michigan, also pet friendly. So we love it. Our dogs love it. And so why am I shopping for cryptid decor? I write fantasy and paranormal stuff. And I love Michigan history because I'm a fifth generation Michigander. I believe my husband is as well, something like that. So we have a lot of history here. We know a lot of history here. And as I grew up, I began to appreciate that a lot of coastal Michigan is just as nice as the Hamptons. It just doesn't cost as much. Well, with a few exceptions. People are finding it. Sleeping Bear Dunes was named one of the most, or the most beautiful place in America by Good Morning America a few years ago. And ever since then, people have been discovering, Mackinac Island's always getting awards because they have Victorian mansions and horse-drawn carriages and no cars. And Traverse City is now really popular, actually, not just for vacationers or retirees, but for tech people. So, anyway, we had been trying to pull all that together with networking and business mentorship for startup owners as Ann Arbor, Detroit, Traverse City, even Houghton Hancock, way up in the north tip of the Upper Peninsula where Michigan Tech is. They all are having a tech and startup resurgence. But with the rollout of AI, I realized really what enables the lakefront lifestyle that I had been dreaming about for retirement or as soon as possible, and that keeps me healthy because of the even temperature and humidity and cleaner air and you name it. It's just amazing and relaxing and world-class beaches. That's actually made possible by AI. If you get your ducks in a row, which I'm still doing. So, not an expert, I guess, though I am a business journalist and a tech journalist and a Michigander, and I've been interested in real estate and worked on and off in real estate for years. So come along with me for the journey. So what I'm doing is tying all of that together with my fantasy fiction by basically turning my writer's retreat cabin, Silversides house, into something that everybody can enjoy as a writer or artist retreat house. And also just making it kind of fun. So I've got some cryptid art coming. I've got a sign that says Bigfoot doesn't believe in you either. And we're just going to have a lot of fun with it. So what I'm doing with the next series, the Step Through the Moon series, after the Murder of Crows series, which I'm still publishing. This is book 1, Reversal Tides. This is book 2, White Hurricane. The Winged Fox is coming out this fall. And then Ghosts of Detroit, the last book, should be out early, I hope by the spring next year. Love this series too, and it's also set between Ann Arbor and Muskegon and Detroit and maybe not Ann Arbor, Ontonagon, if you know where that is, on Lake Superior. So I hope you will enjoy it with me. My books are supposed to be kind of fun, kind of adventurous. They're great for people who love like metaphysics or witchy, cozy mysteries or anything having to do with nature writing or the more elemental magic end of fantasy. So there's not a lot of sword and sorcery stuff. I do contemporary stuff or stuff that takes place out of time. So I am just tickled pink that I just bought a pillow with a Wendigo on it that says hide and seek world champion and a garden statue of a mermaid, and it's just going to be so much fun. So if you have ideas for what I could put in the house, let me know. But I hope to share it with you. I have property managers because we're about 3 hours away where we live near Ann Arbor, the college town. I live in the country in the woods. Let me show you a little bit here. I live, not much of a view out that window, but I live in the country on 5 acres with a wooded ravine and a field where I've utterly failed to establish a garden, and it's wonderful. Except for the garden. I might take you out there when I'm not so embarrassed. So yeah, that's the plan. And I know I'm not famous. That's not the point. I mean, it'd be great. It'd be very helpful. But I'm kind of doing the reverse of what they did with the Stranger Things house, turning it into an Airbnb. I'm kind of building the Airbnb brand and the lore and hopefully creating an entire mythology for Muskegon and the Great Lakes that's based in what's already there. They're all centered around the factory and the house and what a cool place it is. So if you get a chance, check it out. I don't think I have a fall renter yet, though I may have an off-season renter. So if nobody picks up the house for winter, then I'm going to be hosting some writer and artist retreats, or I'll try to do that before they get in the house. Excuse me. And we can have some fun. And also let me know, I'm still trying to decide if it should be a retreat that I host, or if it should be like a giveaway for someone to do their own writer's retreat. Because it's a house that's just equipped with everything you could possibly need, and sandwich shop a block away, and the coffee shop, and boats, etc. You can DoorDash anything. It's absolutely wonderful. It's right in the city, so it's got that kind of West Michigan, those narrow backyards. If you're from Michigan or Indiana or anywhere nearby the Midwest, probably it's like this all the way across the Midwest into like Pennsylvania too. But small working class bungalow type houses, and then like a long, narrow backyard that backs on an alley and some other houses. Um, we have that, and it is super nostalgic for me. It might sound really simple, but um, my grandparents lived in a house like that in West Michigan. So just visiting, it's already lovely to hear the seagulls calling out in the trees and the sunshine in the distance. And there's elms over there, which we don't have over here anymore, on the east side of the state. So it's lovely. I hope you get a chance to visit. And yeah, help me build something fun, because I get a chance to do it from the ground up and to actually build the entire lore around the neighborhood. So this is going to be great. Thanks for joining me.